what most customers want to know is, by using these instruments, how much am I actually saving at the end of the day with different RIs, savings plans, standard RIs, convertible RIs, compute savings plans, EC2 instance savings plans, different regions, different prepayment types, different instance types, all of these different coverage and utilization, they all will impact your savings in one way or another. And so our team produced a metric that's called the effective savings rate. We've actually submitted this metric to, there's a nonprofit foundation that is promoting FinOps called the FinOps Foundation. We've submitted this metric as a KPI that we hope to become a standard across the world in terms of a key metric to track. But it basically is an outcome-based ROI metric. So with all of those factors that I just spoke of, what are you actually receiving in terms of a discount in the financial universe? And that's what the effective savings rate measures. So if you look at this chart on the x-axis, what we're showing is compute spend in increments of $100,000. This has basically been generated from data that we've collected over the past couple of years. We've got over 1,400 data points, so it's a very large sample size at this point. The data goes out to $2 million a month in compute spend, but just for sake of readability, we cap it at 600,000. That's the x-axis, and the y-axis is the effective savings rate. So what are prospects without our service? So this is generally people using either a cloud management platform tool, scripts, Excel spreadsheets, what have you. What kind of results are they achieving? And on the y-axis, you're seeing the effective savings rate. And so let me draw your attention first to the bottom left savings loss circle. It's actually possible with these instruments to lose money. So you can make commitments that are not utilized, and you end up paying AWS more than you actually benefit from the discounts. And so you can lose money. We've seen that. You can see here a number of times. Generally, it's with smaller customers that are working to sort of understand how these instruments work. But that does happen and is possible. The next set is the large oval that says no savings. So there's a number of customers here all the way up to generally less than $250,000. There's actually one almost up at 500,000 where they're not taking advantage of that right-hand financial universe. They are using the cloud, but not actually taking advantage of those commitments. And so you can see their effective savings rate is 0 because they're effectively doing nothing. And then this, the fat sort of middle is this yellow oval where environments are taking advantage of these instruments and they're achieving discounts, that are generally somewhere kind of in the middle. And so the nice thing about ESR is it lets you quantify and benchmark what does good look like. Is 10% good? Is 20% good? Really before ESR, there's no way to know if you're achieving an average outcome, a poor outcome, or a world-class outcome. And so you can see here in the upper right are the percentiles of ESR that were achieved. And so the average ESR that we see in our analyses is 10.5%. The 75th percentile, meaning you're in the top 25% of cloud cost optimizers, is about 20, low 20%. But to really achieve a true world-class outcome, we can see that the green line there is the 98th percentile, and that is basically getting above 40%. Specifically, it's about 40.5%. So this is a very, very powerful KPI that is our chief KPI. Our algorithms are seeking to maximize your effective savings rate at all times. And we meet customers wherever they're at. So wherever you are on this continuum, we will take your environment and we will move it up.